Hi guys, it's Dan from HeadRush and I am here at Absolute Music today taking a look at our brand new HeadRush Looperboard. So we've just launched it. It's kind of taken us into a slightly different market now. So we're going into the looping world. There was a looper on the gig board and pedal board if you guys know the products, but this is taking looping to that next level, bringing in loads of new features and yeah, really opening up some new creative possibilities for loop artists. So we're going to take a quick overview of the product, see what it's doing, and then we'll do a couple of performances as well and just show you how you might be able to use it. But the main kind of thing that the Looperboard is based around is our quad-core processor and touchscreen technology, which we saw on the other two boards. This makes it really simple to use with the screen, and the processing power of the board is really powerful, so there's a lot that you can actually be doing. So to start with, we've got 4 looper tracks on the front here, and we can use these in a number of different ways. So we can either set them up as different instrument tracks, or we can use them as different sections of a song. And then we have 4 inputs, and these are all combo jack inputs. So you can plug a guitar straight in, you could plug in, say, a drum machine or a keyboard, and you can even plug in a microphone and power up to 4 condenser microphones at once. So it really opens up the possibilities of the kind of inputs you can get into the looper to then record and layer on your tracks. So with each of the tracks you can have up to 99 different layers, so plenty of room in each track to layer those up, and on board there's over 9 hours of actual recording time internally. There's also an SD card and USB inputs on the back, so you can just expand your storage by adding in an external drive. Now in terms of the inputs and outputs, so we talked about the inputs. Output wise, we've got 2 XLR, 2 TRS jack and a headphone output, and we can come and route any of our 4 inputs, the 4 looper tracks, and we also have a click track and a backing track. You can route any of those to any of the 4 outputs. We do that all from our audio routing screen, where we can also pan our inputs. We can change the level of them, and then we can choose which tracks our inputs go to, and also where the 4 tracks get sent to, as well as our click and backing track over here on the right hand side. So really customizable. It means you can set it up exactly how you want, whatever performance situation you're in. So we also have a suite of effects on board. There's 38 effects, and we have grouped them into different effects racks. So if I put on a vocal effect, for example, I then get a list of different presets. I'll choose one of these, and I can select where that effect is being applied, whether it's one of the 4 inputs or one of the 4 looper tracks. Now with that, I can click in and see all the different effects, turn them on and off by clicking on them on the side of the screen, and then I can change all the parameters for these effects by scrolling across on any of these parameter bars. Each of the effects racks has a different set of effects. So the guitar, we've got a whammy, overdrive, wah, whereas the vocal, we've got a pitch, a doubler and a delay. So we can control the effects racks from the foot switches. I can turn them on and off from here, and I can also just go in and say I don't want to turn it on and off the whole rack. I just want my whammy, delay and overdrive for my guitar to be turned on and off when I hit this switch. So you'll see now they're being turned on and off with switch 1. There's also an expression input on the back, so we can start assigning our effects to the expression pedal if we connect an external one. And for example, I could have a whammy pedal being controlled, but also at the same time I could be controlling the pitch shift of a vocal. So you can get inside all the different effects racks and control them all with one external pedal, which means you can get some really interesting sounds out of the board. We also have our function options. So if we hit the bottom left hand switch, we get into our function menu, and now the switches over here correspond to the orange labels underneath them. So if we want to come in and start changing the speed and length of our loops, reversing or fading, we can also transpose from here, which is really powerful. So any audio you record in, you can pitch shift up or down an octave in semitone increments. So if we just demo that quickly, so if I just play something I've recorded in earlier, and I'll just pitch shift that up by 3 semitones. So as you'll see, it's really quick and easy to do. And the The process and power of the board is doing this all in real time, so you can do this with anything you record in. It's perfect for doing a key change on the fly whilst you're performing, and it really opens up some new possibilities that wouldn't have been possible on a looper before. We've also got intelligent time stretching, so if you need to change the speed of your loop at any time, you can do that from the tap tempo. And with this we can go up to double the speed we record in at, or down to half. So this project was 120 BPM, and I'll just show you quickly. We can go up to 240 or down to 60, and any BPM within that range, without changing the pitch of the audio and without introducing any artifacts to our audio. So again, another really powerful tool that means you can easily change the speed of your loops whilst you're performing, maybe with a band, so you can make sure you're always in sync with other people that you're playing with. Great, so that was a quick overview of the new HeadRush Looperboard. Come down to Absolute or check it out on their online store. It's a really powerful piece of kit for loop artists, singer-songwriters, and anyone that really wants to start creating music by themselves.